everybody! I have had so many people ask me how to make arroz con pollo. It is a Puerto Rican dish. I am half Puerto Rican and my amazing grandmother has shared her recipe with me, and I am going to try my very best to share. It's one of those things where if somebody asks, can I have the recipe? And I'm thinking, well, you just kind of throw this in and throw that in. So I'm trying to use measurements as best as possible. And then I will actually let you see inside of the pressure cooker. I'm just kind of dealing with setting up my phone in such a way that you can see what I'm doing, but also see me. And yeah, it's a little challenging. Anyhow, so let me go through the things that you do need. You need rice. I personally use a 1 ingredient basmati or jasmine rice. And you need, if you're going to use chicken, then I use the chicken. You use chicken and either water or chicken broth, and I will explain to you how I did mine. You will use what's called this here. It's sazon Goya, and that's packaging like a seasoning. And you will also use this Goya adobo. So this one's Goya sazon. This one is Goya adobo. Salt, I use the Himalayan salt for most of my cooking, but for this, because I'm using a little bit more salt than I normally would, I just go with the one that I could just pour. You use olives if you like olives, and then we use, it's almost like a salsa. It's called sofrito, but it doesn't have chili peppers in it. And then, yeah, so I use equal parts of my chicken to my rice. So if I'm going to use 1 cup of rice, I'm going to go with 1 pound of chicken. You could go less chicken if you'd like, or you could go more. I just kind of like to have it as even parts when serving the dish. You could also add beans or what's called pigeon peas, and those are gandules. And yeah, so for the sofrito, this is actually made like I blend it, and it's bell pepper, tomato, cilantro, use capers, green olives, onion, garlic, and I think I said tomatoes, and then you just blend it all up, and it's just this amazing thing. So that's actually what I'm going to put in here. Next, I have been browning my rice for about 10 minutes. And now it's ready for me to go ahead, and I browned my rice with just a little bit, maybe a tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons, because I have 4 cups of rice in here. I browned my rice with about 2 tablespoons of, you could do like canola or vegetable or coconut oil. It's really up to you. This by no means am I trying to make it a healthy meal, but I do try to make sure that the options, the things that I can make healthy, like for instance my meat, you know, antibiotic and hormone free, my rice, 1 ingredient, but as far as, and sofrito is fruit, vegetable and herb, and you know, the salt, I try to make it as minimal ingredients as possible, as minimal chemicals as possible. The Goya brands, they do have dye and MSG in them, and by no means am I trying to make a healthy meal. I am trying to make a meal that is, I guess, authentic. So here we go. Okay, so rice, I have 4 cups of rice. I have 1 cup of sofrito. And I just mix that around a tad. I'm going to add, I already, this is my, so I have 4 cups of rice, and I have it totaled to 6 cups of chicken broth. And the way I did that was I used my pressure cooker beforehand. I cooked my chicken, my 4 pounds of chicken, and I cooked it in 2 cups of water, and then from the pressure cooker pressurizing it then created just about 6 cups of, sorry, I should be doing it this way, just about 6 cups of broth. And I did already shred my chicken, so I'm pouring my chicken in there. By no means is this a vegan or vegetarian meal. Okay, so I have that in there. It's more like chicken chunks, not shredded, but I did do chicken on the bone because of the flavoring there. So I use 1 packet for up to 4 cups of rice. If I do more than 4 cups, then I might use a packet or a packet and a half. But 4 cups is what I find to be real, cooked beautifully in the pressure cooker. So I'm gonna let this packet go in here. And then for olives, it's mainly for flavor. I chose to go with the sliced olives, but you could do whole olives. And I'm just gonna go with, this is kind of like a teaspoon. So I'm gonna go 2 teaspoons of olives, sliced olives. I'm gonna go for salt. And then I don't use the Goya often, so it kind of, I guess, hardens, so I have to shake it up. It's at the end. And then what I'll do is once I mix it around, I will use my spoon to test the liquid part of it, the broth, just to see what the flavor is like. Let me try mixing with my left hand so I don't put my hand right in the view here. All right, so I'm gonna just test this really quickly. Tastes perfect to me. So let me just go ahead and I'm gonna grab my phone, I'm gonna show you, and then we should be good to go. Okay, so, whoops, my hair is kind of pulled back here. All right, so here is the arroz con pollo. Let me just switch hands here. Here is the arroz con pollo, and you can see it looks kind of like a soup, but once you, see, here we go. Once you cook it all together, it smells beautifully in your home. So I'm going to use my lid here. Oops, I have that backwards. Sorry, trying to hold with one hand. Okay, make sure it's locked. Make sure you have it on pressurizing there. And then for timer, I'm going to go for, I'm canceling because I had it on browning. And I'm going to go for high pressure for 3 minutes. And then it will be ready. So hopefully you find this to be helpful, and I will take the time to actually type up this recipe and save it to my Carmen Homemaker blog, as well as the sofrito. I will share that recipe because I do already have that saved, and I wanted to extend an invitation to you. If you have ever been curious about some of the homemade products that I use and I find to be helpful, cost effective, and then also beneficial for our home as far as like health and skincare and that type of thing, I'm hosting a 5-day group where I'm going to be sharing how to make homemade face wash, deodorant, and then also almond milk, almond flour, and granola bars. So if that's something that is of interest to you, please reach out and let me know, because that starts next Monday, August 14th, and it goes for 5 days. So I would love to have you. And if you loved what I shared as far as this recipe, please, please, please share with other friends. Get the word out that I am sharing recipes. Thank you so much. Last thing, if you don't know who I am, I'm Carmen Gonzalez, and I help women break up with emotional eating so they can stop obsessing over food and be present in life with family and friends. Thank you so much.